Titanic. There's definitely room on that wood. The Titanic, what a movie. Now, I am currently watching all of my favourite movies of all time to kind of recapture my love for cinema again. There's been a few years of really dull movies, and following like personal issues and things like that stopped me doing movie reviews here on YouTube. I decided I'm going to watch all of my favourite movies again and review them here and do a video sort of re-ranking them and everything like that. So I've already done Shaun of the Dead, which is one of them. Now we're on to Titanic. So directed by James Cameron, obviously Leonardo, DiCaprio, Kate Winslet. We all know Titanic. Do I really need to explain what it's about? But for me, it's more of the disaster side that I enjoy the most. Now, of course, the chemistry between Kate Winslet and Leonardo DiCaprio is incredible. And the romantic side really just he's like the glue of the movie, right? It's the disaster side that I love the most. The sequences when the ship is falling apart, when it's sinking. You have the whole class structure thing in the movie as well. That is something that I think is huge in the movie as well. Often overlooked, obviously, because you have that romantic and disaster movie, but the class system thing, where you have the upper class and the lower class, and the lower class are treated badly, and you have all these rich people on the ship that are really important, and a lot of them are really just assholes and make poor decisions and are horrible to women. I mean, yeah, you look at Cal's character, epitome of asshole. Now, this film, for the most part, is a perfect movie, but there are problems with it. Obviously, there is exaggerations with the actual history, but really the big problem with the film, for me, is Cal's character and the way he acts, and also the gun scene, to me, was just not needed. The scene where he's running through the ship that's flooding with water, it's already freezing cold, and he's chasing them and shooting them, and Also, the water in the ship is too clear, and the fact, when she's like trying to get to Jack with the axe is just like a little bit too Hollywood. Other than that, the film is fantastic. The score is incredible. The visual effects today hold up, and you kind of forget that a lot of the shots of the ship are a model. Like, it's incredible. But the design of the sets, the clothing, everything down to a T is just spot on. Now, I remember when this movie came out, I'm old enough to remember the impact this movie had. I think it was in fact, the only time I had my entire family in the room. That's parents, brothers, uncles, grandparents, aunties. We all sat and watched the VHS on release. Everyone sat together and watched it. And that's the only time my family has ever done that. And by the end of it, all the parents were sobbing. I was kind of at the time I didn't really relate to obviously like the romance side. I was probably like nine years old. But I remember seeing like this big ship and the awe of it, and like, the disaster side of it was just like, whoa. And that, to me, like, that's the reason why Titanic is one of my favourite movies of all time, is because of the craftsmanship behind the movie, the spectacle, one of the biggest blockbuster movies of all time. And it's funny because real movie buffs, they all have this movie on their list because of that. James Cameron, I think, is some of his best work. Now, I'm not massive on Avatar, but I do like his Terminator films, for example. Love Terminator. But to me, Titanic is probably the best movie he's done. I also love the time jumps in the movie, and the way that the movie starts, and the fact you see old Rose and that she notices that old drawing and the segue into that. Like, it's just paced so perfectly. It's just flows, like water. It's amazing. Really emotional moments, obviously. The scene when the ship is going down and a load of people are just sort of going to bed and just knowing that they're not going to wake up in the morning. Going down with the ship, the captain going down with the ship. The scene where everyone is frozen in the water and the boats are coming back and you see the torchlight go over the heads bobbling on the water, and it's all in slow motion, and it's all really haunting. There's some real haunting moments at that end of that movie, like seeing the baby frozen in her mother's arms. Like, it's really chilling stuff, and I think people forget just how dark the ending of the movie gets. It really has light-hearted moments in this movie with the romance stuff, right? They're really happy, they're having the time of their life, they love each other, and everything's warm. There's a warmth to the movie. And then you've got this other side, which is just mass death, right? One of the worst disasters in history. And yeah, they were able to balance that so well. Now, we can't talk about Titanic without talking about the hidden gem in the movie, almost. Kathy Bates. How fantastic is her character? Like, one of the most underrated characters in the entire supporting cast. I absolutely love Kathy Bates, and in this movie, she is brilliant. I wish she had more scenes, but the scenes she has with Leonardo DiCaprio as Jack, when they're together, there's some chemistry there, and it's almost like you just wish to see a little bit more of that. There's like a mother-son relationship as she's trying to help him sort of get through this horrible upper-class mess that he's found himself in. He doesn't want to be there, but he wants to be there with Rose, and that whole thing, almost like a fish out of water scenario on the ship, is just another layer of this movie. But of course, I'm going to give Titanic 4.5 stars. It's like half a star away from perfection. But those are my thoughts. What did you think of Titanic? Perhaps you think it's terrible. Let me know down in the comment section below. And if you're enjoying these reviews, give me a thumbs up, at least. Just that little click of the thumbs up would be perfect. But if you fancy it, hit the subscribe button, ring that bell next to it. That way, you'll be notified when I upload these videos. Tons more videos to come, and I've not really set a schedule. I'm just uploading when I want. If I want to upload 3 videos in one day and then not upload again for a week, it's going to happen. So, sorry about that, guys. I can't promise a video every day or a video every other day. It's just my lifestyle, and just, yeah, enjoy them as they drop.